So we're back here at Strip Steak in Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. This restaurant, part of a group that David is part of, and we have the head chef, the Kyle Johnson. Is it head chef, executive chef?
I'm the executive chef.
Executive chef. Okay, all
Strip
right.
Steak, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, listen. So tell us what we got here.
Okay, so we're going to start here with something that we developed, and this is our hamachi taco. This is a really great dish because you'll see a lot of nori tacos, and they just do the nori. We actually take a little egg whites and adhere it to a wonton wrapper and then put it in a taco fryer. So you have almost like a double-decker taco with a little bit of crispiness in there versus just the nori. And we do a little sushi rice in there with ginger scallions. We do a spicy aioli mixed with like Kira salmon roe, diced hamachi, and wasabi tobiko. And it's a really, really great balanced dish with a little bit of acidity, salinity, a little bit of spice, and obviously some crispiness from that.
Just your description tastes wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, he's telling me everything and how he created this, and I'm like,
how many people out there that love to cook at home go, okay, I'm just going to write this down, and after the third word, yeah,
I'm out. I gotta go buy it. I gotta go buy it.
Well,
Listen,
sometimes you give recipes, right?
Everybody, I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
You know, people that are successful in what they do are passionate and love what they do. You, brother, right there showed me the passion and the love that you have for this food. That was incredible. Incredible. One of the best descriptions I've had of food.
Beautiful.
Did you create that?
I actually, it was, it's a team effort. We have a lot of great chefs in this company, whether it's Michael, a gentleman, Gerald Chin, myself. When we refreshed and redesigned this restaurant last year, we spent some time in a kitchen together, which was really great because it just gave you the ability to not have to worry too much in the moment about service with the guest or the business side of things, the financials. We were just able to get in the kitchen for a few hours and just really cook, which sometimes is, believe it or not, pretty rare for us guys that run these big restaurants and operations.
Kyle, how long have you been a chef?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, I've been with Michael for 8.
Wow, terrific.
Yeah. So I was in Bourbon Steak LA prior to here, a little stint on corporate, traveling around, and then landed here in Las Vegas at Strip Steak.
Love it.
Absolutely,
It's fantastic.
It's an absolutely fantastic location, especially since it just all got redone, and we're sitting here in the private dining room here that was all just recently redone.
Yeah, we're gonna take. The place looks beautiful. I mean, Mandalay Bay is always a beautiful hotel, but just walking in here, the place looks beautiful as it comes in. We're gonna take some B-roll as we're talking about this, so people can see it because it's nice, it's elegant, it's sharp, it's great. You guys did a great job with it.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Well, look, let's taste this.
Yeah.
Everybody get one. Chef, you got to get one too.
Yep. This is only my 9,000 hamachi taco.
Yeah, well,
This is like the great Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, exactly.
They asked, how did you sing Margaritaville thousands of times? He said, it wasn't my song, it was their song.
Yeah.
right.
Every single time. Absolutely fantastic.
Unbelievable.
And then, Chef, what makes your crab cake different? I noticed it's lump crab.
Yeah, so we use a lump crab, and this is a true Maryland style. We'll see a lot of crab cakes that are either pan fried and others that are breaded and then deep fried completely. This one actually, a lump crab cake should just barely be held together, and this is the Maryland style. A little bit of our house aioli that we're making, very little binder. So you want the most amount of crab that's in there. Sometimes you get a crab cake and you'll know there's a lot of bread inside there, a lot of filler inside there, a lot of red peppers and green peppers.
I've been in those places where you order a crab cake and you're like, where's the crab?
This is gonna be 95% crab. And obviously we're using a really premium lump crab on this, which should really taste the sweetness of the sea. And we actually bake it. And what's nice about that baking is it actually kind of puffs it up and kind of lets it aerate, and then you get a little bit of those crispy edges on the outside. And then when you dig in there, you're getting nothing but lump crab. And then we garnish with a little Old Bay, as classic as can get. Pulled right off the shelf and sprinkled on the plate, but it's just one of those nostalgic flavors that I think hits the heartstrings on anyone. And then we have our pink peppercorn tartare, a little bit of, that's a tartar sauce, but instead of your very basic tartar sauce, we're using a little pink peppercorns in there. We have seagrass microgreens on top, a little lemon zest, Fresno, and jalapenos.
All right, let's try it. Come on. Look, I don't know if I'm cutting this right. So
No, there's
I
no.
feel like
there's-
you should do this.
No, there's no wrong way.
Here you
The
go.
only wrong way is to not eat it.
Got to get those chilies on there.
And that little lemon segment is a nice little burst. Thank you,
You got to
sir.
join us, Jeff.
Absolutely.
All right, this looks absolutely delicious. And look at this piece of crab.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is you don't want to overmix that crab. Sometimes when you're teaching the cooks, they really want to like massage it and break it apart, and it's like no, you really want to fold it in so you get those big pieces.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic.
Delicious, delicious. All right, what about the steak?
Well, we are a steakhouse, so I figured it would be very wise of me to present something that I'm currently is one of my favorite steaks. We're known for our rib cap here, which is a Mishima Reserve American Wagyu rib cap, and that is phenomenal. Unfortunately, I've eaten a lot of those too. So,
Listen, between you and David, the guy that's ate a lot. I mean, listen, yeah, I mean, me especially.
so this is our New York. This is a New York strip. We are strip steak. So I thought it was really important to find one of the best strip steaks that I can find until this point. So this is a Brant beef. This is outside of San Diego, California, and Brawley. It is a Holstein cattle. A lot of people are familiar with the Black Angus. But I thought it was important on a steakhouse menu to have a different variety of breeds, different variety of cuts, to kind of be able to mix and match. We encourage sharing and tasting. Obviously in this restaurant, and side by side is one of the easiest way to really tell the distinct difference in something, whether that be caviar, fish, in this case steak. So this is our prime New York Brant beef.
I love it.
I love it. Now, notice, so the three sauces out there reminded me of typically when you come into strip steak, the first thing you're normally greeted with is the French fries three ways.
So
is that kind of a
So Michael is the king of trios,
trios.
king of all things trios.
Okay.
Okay.
Explain that.
So he likes to have different on a singular plate, have three different items or three different options. For that dining and flavor experience, right? And they should all kind of complement and play off one another while still giving you different bites on each. So even here, we'll do platters and we'll do like a rib cap, we'll do our New York, okay, and then we can do like a ribeye or a fillet, and you're able to taste each one and really understand that. And then so we do our trio of dipping sauces here. We have a classic Argentinian chimichurri. We have our creamy horseradish, and then we don't have A1 in house here, but we do make our own steak sauce. So that's a very zesty steak
Listen,
sauce.
I would not want you to have A1 sauce in here.
No, And listen, there's nothing wrong with A1. It's great at a diner at 4 o'clock in the morning on a steak and eggs. I get it. Okay, but
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. You gave me where I can use A1.
yeah.
If I'm ever in that situation. All right. Well, let's try this steak. How should steak be cooked? What is the temperature that steak should be cooked?
What's really interesting is I think that each steak can have a different cooking point. I think all steaks that are personally, for me, that are rare, are just a little too chewy for me. Medium rare is always the go-to, or the chef's temperature. Sometimes a medium is really nice as well. But at the end of the day, it's how you enjoy your steak. My mother loves well done steaks. She'll never not eat a well done steak, and that's okay too. And the only thing that you should really, and no one should ever be ashamed to go into a steakhouse and order a well done steak.
I shame my friends when they do that.
Yeah,
I have one particular.
I
have one particular friend that will go to a steakhouse, nice steakhouse like this, right? High level, high end, good stuff, and he'll say, "Well done," and I'm like, "Come on, man, please." Now he's gonna look at this and go, "See, Kyle said."
I know.
That I can go to my steak.
Now he's gonna have ammunition against me.
I'm just curious. You have a fantastic A5, and A5 is so rich. You have all that marbling. And you said something pretty interesting, Kyle, in terms of when it's too rare, it could affect, how you cut it and
Too
the
chewy.
chewiness.
Yeah.
So when you serve an A5, is the recommended temperature different than than a normal steak?
Yeah. So
Would you go
again, too,
medium there?
I would go a medium on an A5, and it's just going to melt some of that fat that's in there and really and pull that out. You want to bring it up slow, but yeah, anywhere mid-rare, medium, like a lamb chop. I love lamb medium.
Me too.
Prime rib, I like a kind of a medium pink set prime rib. If it's too rare, it's really kind of bubblegummy and chewy.
Yeah.
But a fillet doesn't have a ton of structure, and I would definitely recommend a fillet medium rare. So those are, for me, those are really the two key points. People order their steaks blue, and blue's pretty, to my liking, is pretty chewy.
Black and blue.
Yeah.
So can we introduce Aaron? Aaron is the general manager.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Strip Steak here at Mandalay Strip Steak in Mandalay Bay. And Aaron, thank you for taking the time to join.
General manager and sharp dresser.
Thank you.
Dead
Yes.
sharp dresser.
Yes.
Yes.
Very happy to have
definitely showed me. For sure. I got the boring gray suit. He came
Oh yeah, you got to mix it up, right?
nothing but style. I love it. I love it.
So, of course, we've got a beautiful steak. Nothing goes better with steak than red wine. Cabernet Sauvignon. This is Heights Cellars, Napa Valley Cap 2017. It's a beautiful year. I think this is going to pair extremely well with that New York.
I love it. What's so funny is Heights Cellars. One year, my wife bought me something at an auction, and it was the ability to work harvest, not to go to harvest, not to drink the wine at harvest, to work, right? And I said, "I'm sorry, excuse me. What did you?" So you basically bought me a job at this auction. You bought me a landscaping job, so I get to go work in somebody else's. So basically, they just got a volunteer person. I said, that's like the smartest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Auction. I said, why don't we auction having somebody do our yard?
Like a wine intern.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was an amazing experience, and this is an absolutely fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Great job.
And this is a fantastic year. And I think this is going to pair very well. Like I said, we're big fans of Heights Cellars here, big supporters. Some of their Trailside Vineyard, the Martha's Vineyard, was the first single vineyard Cabernet out of Napa. So, give you a chance to try that here.
So, Chef, I know that you've got much to do. It's opening time right now. You, Aaron, and everybody else. We appreciate you taking the time to join. Any parting thoughts or parting words?
Like when people come to your restaurant, what is something they should definitely order?
I'm going to say steak. Very simple. I'd say it's about the experience. It's, try not to be too much in a rush. Everyone has the Vegas effect, and there's a lot to do in this city. And just take an hour and a half or 2 hours just to kind of peruse through the menu. I definitely encourage, sharing your appetizers and even slicing and sharing a couple different cuts of beef, and the sides and dessert, and be able to come in for the whole shebang. Have a pre-dinner cocktail, have a nice bottle of red with your steak,
You guys
and
have
then
spectacular bartender.
and then finish it off with an espresso martini, so you're able to go out and enjoy the town.
There you go. Keep it going.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Well, I guess you gave us the order.
France, and
That's what I would do.
one
Yeah.
thing that you have to forever credit, the French or many Europeans is, we tend to be a culture that lives to eat, and they eat to live, and part of that is you go to a restaurant there, like settle in. It's 3 hours minimum, and what's crazy is every time you do that, you kind of let yourself settle in and really just enjoy the food, the moment, the people that you're with. You look up and it's been 3.5 hours.
It is.
just feels
If,
more like that.
and you're right. We should be that way. We should take a few hours, enjoy the company and the food, and just not be in a hurry. Everything
Yeah.
else is going to be there. It's so true. Are you going to join in a little piece of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you go,
Absolutely.
and then while we're getting this,
it's a quality check.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Well-
us. Appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you, appreciate it. You too. So while you're doing, here you go, grab a piece there. While you're getting that, I want to know what's your favorite car?
My favorite car?
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a bit of an outdoors kind of person.
Okay.
And I'm all about old Land Rover Defenders.
Yes, classic.
All right, so
It's
that you could just-
amazing. I've got a neighbor that he, what do you call it, refurbishes them.
Yeah.
He brings them back, and he's got these 30, 40-year-old Defenders. They're amazing.
Yeah, and if I was to have a supercar, I'm a Ferrari guy.
Any particular model?
You know, not any particular model in general. I just like the brand in general.
He's like, Dave, if you're going to give me one, it's anyone. It's okay.
I always like
whichever one you want to give me.
the California that was in Ferris Bueller.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, there's just such a fantastic model.
Hey, let me say something. You said this was New York Strip? That's the tenderest New York Strip I have ever ate.
You can judge a steakhouse by their New York strip, and it has to be prime.
Right?
New York
It's
strips
so
have
tender.
to be prime. It has to be from a great breeder. It has to be from a reputable company, because you can get New York strips that are tough. They have no flavor. They taste like water.
I actually think I think at least 80% are, and I've always steered away from New York strips because I think it's one of the hardest steaks to cook.
Yeah.
I think it's either on point, flawless, or it's
There's
just
a problem.
too far.
And we pay.
That's
you know,
that's the most tender New York
and we
Strip
pay for that. And we pay for that cut
Absolutely
respectfully.
fantastic.
Because I wanted to be one of the best in town, not in the country.
You did
nailed
it. You knocked it out of the park.
Well, Chef,
Chef,
awesome.
thank you for
so
being
much.
with us.
Absolutely. It's nice to meet
Appreciate
you.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely,
Good to see you,
gentlemen.
man.
Take care.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Wheels, Deals, and Meals, your main source for all things good and fun, business, food, and cars. If you like this episode, make sure to rate us and subscribe. If you would like to be a guest on our show, please leave a message at the link below. Till next time, happy eating.